actually look pretty smart in these glasses.
Is my fan too loud?
Huh?
Is my fan too loud?
Your fan?
Yeah, I got my fan running in the background.
Oh, I thought you had like some admirer of sorts.
No, is my fan too loud? You just hear somebody screaming in the background.
So what kind of jobs are you searching for? Or is it just like literally anything?
It's kind of like anything, but I'm realizing like at the janitorial job, like there's, like I'm fine doing work, but I get bored, and it's like there's like one thing I realize is with like the MBTI stuff. It's like I'm not even getting paid for this, but I keep reading about it like every day because it's entertaining enough.
Yeah.
That I'm like able to come back to it. So I figured, I was like, if I don't really mind just doing whatever job, as long as I have some sort of interest that makes me actually want to, get out of bed and leave the house to go do it.
Yeah.
Then I figured I don't mind scrubbing toilets elsewhere as long as there's something going on around there. So there's a local comedy club. I'm going to see if there's any, positions in the building. So I feel like
local comedy club, eh?
Is that, and then across the street from that is like a music store. I was like, that might be interesting, even if it's just selling music. Get some opportunity to talk about
it. I definitely think you could do comedy, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm not saying like, oh, I'm going to be a comic, but I'd like to hang around, those people.
Your humor is so fucking... It's even beyond sort of my NE. It's just like... it's like... You find the fucking weirdest shit, and it's sort of like your FE doesn't even detect how fucking absurd it is. It just keeps going.
So there's a trick to that, actually. My FE can detect that, but it's slightly delayed. So when it hits my brain, I have to spit it out.
Otherwise,
no, it's more like the longer it takes, the less likely I'll be to say it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that. Like, sometimes my NE just comes up, NETI come up with a witty joke or something, but then I just like, oh, I gotta have to go through FE before I can say this. My FE doesn't find this appropriate. So
yeah.
If I read my FE I sort of consider it through FE, and then I either say the joke too late or I don't say it at all.
Yeah, there's actually kind of a sweet spot because I now that I think about it, there's more like there's like an initial like FE reaction, or maybe it's like FI. I don't know what it is, but it's like some sort of like emotional metric that's like, oh, is that too bad? And if it's not immediately like, oh no, don't say that. Like if it's not something immediately like that, then it's like, okay, now we can haggle.
Yeah.
So that's when you start seeing the misanthropic sarcasm entering in.
Yeah. Like sort of I pulled one of those jokes the other day. It was like me, my family and relatives and shit. And my brother is like, oh, we're so many here. This is going to be so fun. And I'm just like, well, that's what they said in Auschwitz as well. It's just like, yeah, fucking silence.
Oh, you know Trip Henning Switzerland? You're literally the only person in the world who has ever said that. It's I think the dude's Swedish. He's that's his project name. Oh, let me find my favorite picture of him. I got it saved. Trying to find my favorite. Yeah, not sure. Oh no, I'm trying to.
Am I better now?
Frozen.
Yeah, it's just taking off in another direction. Yeah, mine's not. It's not straight. It's not curly. It's just chaos. Is its natural state. No, it doesn't. Yeah, every strand doing its own thing. You know.
Like a fucked up afro. It's still not an afro, just like I don't even.
Just nothing. Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, no, not like
just annoying.
Not like the symmetrical, aesthetically pleasing afro, just like a fucked up afro.
Aesthetically
right.
pleasing, yeah. God damn it, I'm trying to find this fucking picture. There it is.
Thinking about your saying bad jokes. I have a better filter when it comes to like making jokes that are obviously like on point with somebody that's there, but making generally dark existential jokes, I don't have that one. That filter doesn't work as good because the big flag that you're going to like that you're attacking someone doesn't go off.
But
Because oh wait, I wasn't making fun of anybody, but oops.
yeah, exactly. Like
I made everyone uncomfortable.
individual jokes is much easier to know if you're about to harm someone or not. But
Yeah.
like if you do a general statement and someone is like randomly offended and you couldn't like see it happen, yeah, that happens a lot.
So
And
this isn't the Trepannerings picture, but I also found this when I was searching through my images, and I was like, I love this picture. It's been
Have
one of
you
my
ever
favorites.
seen them live?
No, I haven't seen them live.
That would be a
And
cool
it uses
experience.
this sort of word font, what it's called.
I'm ready to fucking die now. Yeah, but that's the picture. I initially found him listening to. It's like I don't even know what you would call it necessarily. I think it's like a music blog in a way, but it's secret13.org.
It seems pretty like black metal to me, but still not metal, more into, I don't know, some rockish style of genre.
He does like what is it? He uses more like industrial equipment.
Okay.
Industrial, apocalyptic.
Industrial like Rammstein, or industrial more like, I don't know.
No, more like
No,
less
no,
more,
no.
more like I think less more. Shit. All the industrial, like all the actual like dark ambient or like industrial, like dark industrial groups that I can think of are like nobody's heard of them. Like I'll be like, oh, like Lesmore or Pharmacon or nope, none of these are ringing a bell. Okay.
What's your like preferred music genres, the people in here? What, like, if you were to choose like 2 or 3 music genres, which would it be?
By genre, band, or music?
Music in general. But you can say
but
band as
genre
well.
of music?
Like personally, I listen much to sort of reggae and metal.
Okay.
It's a pretty strange combo.
For me, it's like experimental electronics, black metal, dark ambient.
I love dark ambient stuff.
Dark ambient is pretty cool, to be honest.
Do you know Cryo Chambers label?
Cryo Chambers?
Yeah.
No, it's
Go
cool.
to check him out on Bandcamp. It's a dude named Simon Heath. He collaborates with a bunch of other dark ambient musical composers, and they operate underneath that. It's basically a dark ambient / cinematic.
Oh, is this one this Cthulhu, a Cryo Chamber collaboration?
Yeah, that's one of them. That's like an hour or something long track.
Yeah,
It's a single track.
Indeed.
Now I was gonna say if you like
Nice.
Trepan, give that a listen. LC, you might want to click on that.
Like, music for me is very much about which mood I'm currently in. Like, if I'm frustrated or very like angry, I can listen to like music I don't enjoy, sort of like grindcore or stuff like that, just to I don't know, relieve emotions or something.
Do you know Nurse with One? Let me write it. Nurse with One.
Don't know what. What is it?
Nurse with Wounds.
Nurse with Wound. That sounds vaguely familiar. I'm gonna look it up.
Check the album Dark Fat.
With Wound. Dark Fat. This has sounded even more familiar. Is this like acid jazz?
Acid jazz?
Yeah, I don't know.
Acid jazz. Like
Jazz, but your face is melting.
More or less.
have you heard of like
Some music might look like acid jazz.
It's like jazz, but your face is not.
I listen to a lot of it, but you got to realize there's like 4 radio stations here, and 3 of them are country.
Do you listen to radio?
I don't listen to much anymore. I listen to way more talk radio, or I listen to internet radio now. I will listen to anything that I like. I tend not to like pop stuff, like, at all. I mean, my favorite sort of like within the country genre is like Southern rock, like Bo Cephas and Travis Tritt for more rock and stuff, like that sort of stuff. I mean, I like classic rock. I like 80s rock. Sometimes I like some really old music too. I like blues a lot. Like rock and blues. Been listening to a lot of heavy metal lately because it calms me down. I get a lot of work done. It's like it calms me down, and it's like TE. For some reason, I can just like TE. Zones me out properly.
I get that. There's like something. It's often heavy metal is like mechanical enough that it's like.
Well, it doesn't require cognitive parsing. Like, I like the feeling of it, but I don't have to think about it. I'm not analyzing the language so much, and I'm not. It's one of the things about country is I've heard the genre so much that like modern country I can't even listen to. But even if I hate it, it's stuck in my head, and I find myself thinking about it because I understand it so well. It's like I can't even listen to it. Like I can't listen to bad country music I don't like.
I don't think Hank would have done it that way.
Pretty much. But
I noticed that whenever I pick up the guitar, or like pretty much whenever I set out to
It gently weeps.
sort of make like music in any sort of way, it feels like to me all roads lead to some sort of like darker metal. Like typically, like something more like